Mom. Hi.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Waterloo Central Railway's 10 a.m. train from the market. As you just felt, we're on the move going northbound all the way to Elmira today. That's right, we're going through the beautiful Mennonite countryside between here and Elmira. Now, I do have to go over in our code. If you have any questions, though, you're more than welcome to ask any one of my amazing onboard crew. Will be more than happy to help. Other than that, sit back, relax, and enjoy our trip through the beautiful Mennonite country.
I'm so moving.
What do you see up there, Zeki?
Look outside. There's a truck there. What's it called? Okay, what's that? No one. What's that one?
Over there's the road we normally take to St. Jacob.
Let me know if you see any birds of prey out there. Or maybe the blue heron flying through the valley, or a red-tailed hawk perched on top of a tree. Now, if you missed it the first time, do not worry. We'll be coming right back over the bridge, of course, when we go all the ways around. And guess what? Do you guys see that smoke coming out of that little shack there? Oh, you get to wave at all those Mennonites down there. Again, that's an old order Mennonite farm. So they're actually making some maple syrup right now. So they have some trees and the maple trees back in their bush. And they use that little shack back there to, of course, boil down that sap to make our amazing maple syrup. Of course, this is the region of maple syrup. We have our Elmira Maple Syrup Festival, which will be virtual this year. So we get to eat all of our pancakes virtually then, right? And so hopefully next year in 2023, though, we'll be in person and we'll be once again offering our shuttle services. So keep that Elmira Maple Syrup Festival in your mind for 2023. If you want to save the headaches driving up to Elmira, well, come on board the train. We'll get you right to the festival. Nice and easy. We'll see how much we can scare ya. Going pretty good? And as we rock and roll down the tracks here, you may be wondering, well, why is it so bumpy? The last GO train I was on wasn't this bumpy. Well, let's go with the tracks first. The tracks we're riding on are over 100 years old. That's right. The very first train ran on these tracks in 1891. That was the Waterloo. That was the Grand Trunk Railway. However, the Waterloo Junction is the railway that actually built this line. Now, the Waterloo Junction built the line with the plans to go all the way to Drayton, Ontario. However, like many of the smaller private railways back in the 1800s, they started going bankrupt because they couldn't actually earn enough money to support themselves. So Waterloo Junction built this line to Elmira and ran out of money. And from there, the Grand Trunk, which they connected to at Kitchener Station, bought the whole line and used it as a branch line. And Grand Trunk decided not to extend it any further north. So this line has always been a little spur line coming off the main line at Kitchener, going through Waterloo, St. Jacobs Village, of course, which we're coming up in another 5 minutes or so, and all the way to the end of the line in Elmira. Now, you'll be able to catch a passenger train on this line until the 1930s. You could have got a mixed train up in Elmira, would have stopped at St. Jacobs Village, Heidelberg flag stop, which was actually basically around where the St. Jacobs Farmers Market is now. Of course, it would stop at Waterloo and then Berlin. You might be wondering, that's a far way, Berlin. Well, Kitchener was, of course, named Berlin back in the early days of the 1800s to early 1900s. Though I can imagine why that name might change in the early 1900s. Now from there, of course, you could have got a train all the way to Toronto. So as Elmira was quite accessible, you can get all the way to Halifax if you really wanted to. Now you can now do that today with our train here. Because what you could do is we transfer with the Ion at Northfield Drive. So if you're local and you do take the Ion around, and you just want to come up to the market, just keep in mind we do connect with them at the Ion station on Northfield Drive. Anyway, we're just coming into the edge of St. Jacobs Village. So take a look at your windows as we go through the village, and I'll come on a little later for some more info. As well as there's always a couple cabbage fields usually around here. Now, of course,
There you go. Just aim it at the window. Take some video. Yeah. There's your water. Ooh. There you go. Look at all those.
Where are you going, Sassy? We can see.
Or you can be like Norizaki. 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 Oh, put in.
And there's Zaki.
Yeah.
And outside. And there's Zaki. And outside. There's Zaki. And there's Zaki.
Yeah. Oh, hold it. Put it on your mask, sorry. Mask up.
Hello, yellow.
Good job.
Hello, blue.
Hello. Ready? Good job.
Hello. Yeah, there's nothing. There's mommy.
Oh, and what's outside right now?
There's the
Ooh, lots of fog and open fields.
there's mommy.
And there we go. There's the Conestoga River. Now, right after the Conestoga, you're going to see a little mill race. Now, that little creek is a man-made creek built for the St. Jacobs Mill. Now, back in the late 1800s, they built this creek to process our basic agricultural products in the mill, and of course, for some early power generation. Now it's called a mill race. Of course, it's a race for water to get to the mill. Now the mill is still used today, but like with many other small towns that had mills, it's been repurposed into a couple.
It says thanks for visiting.
As we are coming close to the end of our trip, we still got another 5 minutes though. And you might be wondering, well, what's grown in all these empty fields to the left and right hand side of the train? Well, I know in these ones specifically, Mr. Martin here does actually grow a lot of potatoes. I do usually see his potato equipment out in the fall time collecting all those potatoes. Now, how potatoes are harvested is you're going to see a big conveyor belt-like machine as we get closer to his farm. And that basically scoops the potatoes out of the ground and into a hopper where it bounces around, cleaning a little bit of the dirt off until it goes into the big barn storage for further processing. Now, lots of corn, of course, is grown along here in southern Ontario, including in this area as we got some.
Did you have a good time, Zoe? You wave bye-bye?
I just want to let you know that you'll be getting off the same door morning. So when the train does come to a complete stop, don't worry, don't rush. Keep things together when the train stops. You can hop up and meet us at the back door here.
Zoe.
Thanks for coming, everyone.
Look at the snow.
It's so beautiful.
Is it? It's snowing.
It's morning.
Zachary, come here. You're gonna fall there. Come. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Come here. I know. Come here.
Bigger from big.
Come now.
Climb up the hill.
Look, it's snowing. Zachary. Yeah.
They'll probably fly back when we circle around. Yep, there he goes.